Hey guys, how's it going? Just a little bit of an impromptu chapter review gonna happen here. Don't really have time. I needed to... Oh, that's gonna bother me. I needed to get a new micro USB for my Yeti mic, so I gotta use this microphone. Not really the best option I wanted to use, but either way, I gotta get this out. It's the only time I have this weekend. Been doing a lot of streaming lately, getting into that Magic the Gathering, so check me out there. It's been a lot of fun at Snooper Flurp on Twitch TV. But other than that, new chapter came out and a lot of big news. I wanted to review this last night, but I got behind it a little too late. Busy having too much fun playing Magic. Again, great time. But no, it's definitely one for the books. Where to start the new year, Oda. So chapter 930, Ebisu Town, or Ebisu, I think that's how I'd pronounce it. For the cover page, by the way, I'm not going to have any character references on this video. I just don't have the time to sit and go through the images. I got to go in like 20 minutes. So I'm going to try and get through this and get things covered. But yeah, so for the cover page, we got Cracker and Mad D Monk Erouge riding dolphins. Apparently they're racing each other and they're eating Cracker, or Cracker's throwing a bunch of cookies at the dolphin, trying to lead it off on a different trail while he races. Definite hilarity. Now, I think Snack, right, was the one who got his ass kicked by Erouge. Which, hey, Madi Erouge. I mean, we're talking about the Mad Monk, the guy who takes a beating, gets up 10 times stronger. Everyone loves that kind of character. I mean, whether it's One Punch Man, you got the Fighting Spirit with Metal Bat, or Yu Yu Hakusho, you got Yusuke Urameshi. You know, the longer he fights, for some reason, the better he gets. Dragon Ball, I mean, it's just an ode to any of those, but his is actually a power. That's what it is. But nah, good stuff. I actually really like this cover page. I thought it was fun. But yeah, so I guess we go a little back in time, is what Oda says, and so imagining just around when Luffy got thrown in the prison, I don't know, but it was Zoro. Always love to see Zoro. But so this is a town that survives off on the outskirts of the flower capital, like Leftovers Town. Well, they call it the Leftovers anyways, but this is Ebisu Town, and Tonoyasu, the guy who was hanging out with Zoro last, the kind of comedian Okama-like character, he comes back, and all the townspeople are like, "Oh, you're back, Tonoyasu!" They're like, even though you just got home, he's like, "We can't feed you." They're all laughing at him. They're like, "Ah ha ha! I'm starving to death." They're all just laughing. So apparently, the shtick in this town is life sucks, regardless of whether you're happy or sad, but they kind of view it as laughter's a gift to humanity. You know, humans are the few creatures that can actually laugh, and they feel like it's a waste if they don't use it, so they're always just happy and laughing. It's actually a really cool town. I actually kind of dig this premise. But yeah, Zoro's like, why are they so cheerful? Like, this town's a little different from the Leftovers town in Curie, and you know, Tonyasu's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Ah man, you're quite the sharp one." He's like, "Everyone here looks happy, right? Kind of strange." He's like, "Well, that's because of all the creatures in the world, humans are the only ones that have the ability to laugh." Yo, he's just laughing. He's like, "So it'd just be a waste if we didn't, you know, use it." And he just starts laughing again. I love this guy's face. Tonyasu is definitely got the awesome face. Apparently, Ebisu, from what the scan later says, is a very happy fisherman, but it's just generally like the term to like laughing and smiling, like happiness type deal. And so we get a couple people in the town. You got this kid crying, like in the Leftovers town in Curie. He's like, "Mother, I'm hungry," and the mother's like, "Me too," and she's rubbing her tummy and crying. And this guy's like, "My tooth fell out because of malnutrition." And the other guy's like, "Well, even if it hadn't fallen out, it's not like you needed to eat anything. There's nothing to eat around here." They're all just super cynical and hilarious. The sarcasm is extra thick in this one. And they go, you know, "Tonyasu, who's this Ronin? He's carrying 3 swords on his waist." They just find it ridiculous. And Tonyasu's like, oh yeah, it's true, he's got 3 swords. And he's like, and they're all long swords to boot. He's like, hey, is that your shtick? And he just starts laughing. They're like, hey, this is for the man I fell for. Tonyasu's like, hey, this is the man I fell for. So he's like into Zoro. I do think he wants a little bit of that with Zoro, or at least Zoro on the but regardless, Zoro just kind of doesn't say anything, lets that slide over. So now you can tell the town really likes Tonyasu, and they're pretty friendly to anyone who comes by, but they give him a hard time. They're like, they tell Zoro, they're like, it must have been a difficult time to have such a weird man following you around. And Tonyasu's like, hey now, it's like, I'm the best sweet talker in the world, you know that. And everyone starts messing with Zoro. This lady walks up and she's like, are you really, you look, a lady walks up and she's kind of questioning. She pokes Zoro's face and grabs his cheeks, makes him smile. She's like, are you really the best sweet talker around? She's like, look, that guy's making a scary face. She's like, smile for us. Something good has happened to this town after all. And the townspeople are like, oh yeah, Tonyasu, did you hear? He's like, he visited us last night, the witching hour boy. He's like, really? He's just all stoked. And Zoro, witching hour boy. He doesn't even know how, he can't even speak. I love the image. You guys geek out. It's so good. This old lady is smiling, gumming. She can't really smile, but she's got her gums spread wide, and she's like, nobody knows who he is or where he came from. He always appears at Ushimitsu. He runs around the capital, stealing money from the wicked and wealthy, and then gives all of those in the poor district before he departs. So it's essentially like a modern day Robin Hood. Not modern day, a Japanese Robin Hood, I guess, a feudalistic Japanese Robin Hood. But he takes the wealth from the rich and gives it to the poor so they can survive. And all the people are like, I wonder who he is, but thank goodness for him. And he's like the saying goes, luck will come to those who smile. And that's why we've all collectively bought a feast. And so they bought this big feast, and Tonyasu and Zoro show up. And this little kid goes to give Zoro a cup of water. And she's like, here, have a cup, Sir Ronin. With a big smile on her face. And Tonyasu's like, oh, this is clean water. And he's like, did you buy that with money? And Zoro kind of looks around. He sees a well that obviously has had poisons leach into the actual underwater. And Zoro just kind of, he sees the situation. He realizes he's strong enough and he can get by without the water. He's like, no, it's okay. She's like, don't worry, it won't give you a stomach ache. And she's like, you came there, and all the townspeople come up and they're like, you came with Yasu, so you must be a good person. Drink up, everybody. Everybody's getting a cup. Zoro's like, And they all start singing. They're like, clean water, clean water. I don't know how they would sing it, but clean water. That's how I'm gonna go with it. But Zoro he has a little bit of a grin, and he takes a sip, and the little girl's just big cheeky grin, tooth missing and everything. God, I love this town. Ebisu's some good people here. They take a bad situation and make it into a good thing. I mean, it's not really making it into a good thing, but they got the right attitude to survive it, So actually, I was kind of wrong. So it says, the god of fortune, Ebisu, is commonly depicted as a fisherman with a wide smile. And, Tonyasu looks a lot like what's being described. I don't think he's a fisherman, but, looks definitely big smile, super happy guy. There's something going on with Tonyasu. I'm excited to see where he goes. I don't think he's going to be a huge part, but he's definitely going to be Zoro's little pal throughout this arc. Emmy, you gotta stop, dude. I don't need more of your shit going on. Someone comes up to Zoro and is like, it tastes good, right? Doesn't it? It tastes fresh. They're like, hey, you're making that stern face again. And they squish his face. You hear a squish in the background. And they're like, Your luck will run out if you don't smile. Because of the way we laugh, everyone calls this Ebisu face here in Wano. That's why this town is called Ebisu. So everyone has this big cheeky grin and laugh, and so they call it Ebisu because they're all so happy and just, deal with it. And one thing Tonyasu says is, poverty cannot defeat us, and I really like this town because of that. Just the whole damn thing, man. It really gets me feeling good inside. Like, I can't complain. Like, these guys got it way off bad. Leftovers Town, I feel bad for the people in the Kiri Leftovers Town. I can't remember what that one's called right now. And I feel bad for all the people who want to go through this. But goddamn, Ebisu Town, these guys are taking it and they're just wearing it on their chin with a big smile. Like, goddamn, love them. Tonyasu, you won me over, man. Last time I saw you, I was a little like, this guy's kind of strange. He might be annoying. But just this chapter, they grew on me. And, so it's kind of a song he's singing still. He's like, poverty cannot defeat us, but then he goes, crying wouldn't make us any richer, so it'd just be a waste if we didn't laugh, a massive waste. And it has some, like, song symbols after. I don't know how the hell they're gonna sing that. It probably sounds a hell of a lot better in Japanese, but, that's where we leave off with Zoro. Good happy moment. Really enjoyed it, but that's not even the peak. That was, like, the low section of this chapter. So, next, we go to the present in Onigashima. Yes, Kaido's home territory, I guess. His island within on the archipelago. It's not archipelago, but the island that is off of Wano that Kaido resides at and kind of his base of operations is out of. And you hear someone going, they're coming from the southwestern sea. And someone says back to him from Onigashima, they're like, sink him, don't let that old hag enter this country, no matter what. Old hag, you say? Oh yes, but who do we see sailing on her big flagship? I cannot remember the flagship name. I guess it's called the Queen Mama Chanta. Yeah, that's right. Sounds about right. But it's a homie. And not one of the most supreme homies like the others. But right in there with, Nitro and Rabian and kind of ones that get treated a little better. And, yeah, Big Mom is already in Wano. Jesus Christ. I read the spoilers. I was just like, what? Nah, this is fake. But it was backed up from reliable sources. This chapter's looking to rip off real hard, okay? I mean, this arc, not rip off, it's already, we're a quarter of the way into the arc is what I would guess. But it's going, man. Big Mom shows up and she's got some carps strapped to her ship, because obviously you need to use the carps to kind of navigate their ocean. And that's what they said, the carps, they're charging through, and they're like, how do they know how to climb the waterfall? And one of the Kaido's men, because apparently Kaido, who's going back and forth on the transponder, has a guy next to him. And the guy, she's like, Big Mom's intelligence gathering is, top of the line. Kaido's like, shut up, who cares about that? We already knew they were coming. Hurry up and sink them already. And you just get this ship where they're firing cannons from all these different peaks that we saw when you enter Wano. There's all these craggly rock pieces shooting up out of the ocean. And you just see Mama laughing. Mama, mama, mama. She's got her deep mama laugh going on. And she's just deflecting all the cannonballs coming at the Mama Chanter. And one of the men calls back to Kaido over a transponder. He's like, it's no use. They're deflecting all of the cannonballs. You got Pero Sparrow. He's candy balling. He's got his one candy hand that's just, candy. Thanks, Pedro. And then you've got Smoothie. The thick and bodacious gal's got her sword out. And she's juicing up them cannonballs, girl. She's getting them. And, of course, Defuku. We don't see Katakuri. Oda's holding on to that Katakuri. I would be surprised if Kata actually did show up in Wano. But if he is here, that'll be cool. I know everyone's excited. And so we get to see them all in profile, not profile, I guess, just a panoramic kind of all of the Big Mom that we can see for now. And we've got so many of the Big Mom pirates here. I mean, the main staff is here. So we haven't seen Cracker or Katakuri, but Smoothie's here. Sparrow, Defuku. I haven't seen Oven, or Opera is dead, actually, I'm pretty sure. I just realized there's a lot of these guys who look like Opera. Apparently they're all siblings. I didn't notice. But I think Base Carte, I think I just saw in there. Yeah. Base Carte, we have Charlotte Montador. We have, he looks like he's related to Fuku. He's not there. Let's see. There's a bit more in here that Flampe, which everyone can't stand. Flampe is gonna be, she's gonna get some in this arc, I'm sure. I didn't see Baveros, but we do see Raisin. We also get to see, where is she? Didn't see Amande. These are the ones that I think are power players I've seen more often. Where the hell is that girl? Oh, Galette. Galette's in there. And then, yeah, Big Mom herself. And I'm sure there's a slew of others people probably are better at pointing out. But, yeah, a lot of the main fleet, a lot of the power players in Big Mom's crew are here. Besides just two of the commanders. I mean, Cracker and Katakuri. And, like I said, they could just be holding back. I don't think Cracker's going to be there. He was pretty messed up from his fight with Luffy. I mean, he just got rocketed across all of Whole Cake into the chateau. But nonetheless, Big Mom is here, and in a big way. She yells, climb the waterfall! And they start sailing up, and they're actually about to crest the waterfall. And Smoothie's like, I can't believe these fish are climbing the waterfall. And even Sparrow's like, yeah, it's a sight to see, Perwin. And I like this, actually. The way I felt when I was reading, I thought it was kind of cool. It reminds me of when the Straw Hats go to places, they're really amazed, like dumbfounded by like new islands. And it's kind of that way with the Charlotte family. I don't think Big Mom's impressed, but like her main crew, like some of the biggest people, the older people on the crew, like Sparrow, who have sailed on the Grand Line for pretty much, I mean, I would imagine their whole life from child on. They were born here. The oddness of everything shouldn't be that weird, but they're just kind of dumbfounded. It's an amazing thing. But anyways, back to the raw grit of the fight. We've got Katakuri, don't let her, or not Katakuri, Kaido, don't let her in. What the hell are you idiots doing? And, Kaido's men are like, entering the country by the waterfall is beyond what we expected. So, Kaido's like, did Lin bring any of her brats along? Kaido's men are like, yeah, there's quite a few riding on her ship with her. And, Kaido's like, those are all of her executives. He's like, if they land here, it'll be an all-out war. He's like, but we're not prepared at all to face her off at the top of the waterfall. And, so, Big Mom's starting to crest over the waterfall. They make that peak jump that the Straw Hats made. She yells, we've arrived to Wano Country. And I forgot to tie back. When you see all the Big Mom pirates first lined up, Big Mom's like, I've arrived, Kaido. Look out, Straw Hat. Zeus, you're coming back with me too. So she's got a list of things she needs to get back and get revenge on, and kind of stomp on people's toes over. So they're fighting over who's gonna fight Luffy, pretty much. Not exactly. Like, Kaido's got other plans going right now. Interestingly enough, in this chapter, we see Kaido with a shirt. For a while, I honestly thought he just didn't wear shirts. Like, that's just it. But he does have this kind of kimono type deal. It's not really a kimono. I don't know. Most of his chest showing, but either way, it looks cool. But yeah, so we get this nice image of the Queen Mama Chanter just floating in the air as the Carps are pulling her ship up and over. She's got to have like 8 of them attached to just pull her big galleon. It's probably even bigger than a galleon. But as they sail over, we see a swoosh and something hits the ship. And you can't make out what it is. And you see Big Mom's face get kind of deathly angry, and she's like, and Montador's like a pterodon. And Compote's there. Oh, Compote's there. And Parasparrow's like, don't tell me. You see King! They say King. Oh, god damn! King makes an appearance with his devil fruit in this chapter. Oh man, this was good stuff. All around, top-notch chapter, just with those two things. King, Big Mom. Way to start the year off, Oda. Last year he did this too. He started off with a pretty strong chapter, and oh my god, he did it again. So yeah, we get King, and we get his dragon fruit, because yes, he's a dinosaur. He's got ancient beast, so it's a mythical, or it's a ancient zone type. Yeah, it's the Pteranodon, and so it's like a pterodactyl. I think they have like a little bit bigger of a mouth and like a longer neck. But he's got all of his gimp gear on, all the spikes and pointy braided leather and stuff like that. But he's stretched out. You do get to see a bit of his mouth this time and some eyes. His mask kind of drops back up to the top of his head. It almost looks like a goddamn heels on top of his head, but I just think that's the fact. And he's got flames just like emitting off of the back of him. So I'm curious what the flame deal is, how that's applying. But he's got flames on him, and he looks awesome, dude. He looks really good. I was stoked about this, and so Kaido's men are all cheering. They're like, "Lord King, knock the ship down!" And Kaido just kind of, Jesus, shouldn't I let things get this out of hand to begin with? But other than that, give him some sake, he'll be over it. Big Mom's floating her way to the bottom of the ocean, boys. I don't think this is it for Big Mom. I don't think, if ocean water was all it took, and this was that easy, Kaido just took out a Yonko that quick. But she's definitely going to be dealing with this. The Mama Chanter's going to be jacked up, so I think this kind of evens out the whole shock of everyone being like, holy shit, Big Mom's crew's already in water? Oh my god. Oda's really serious about ending this in, like 100 chapters or so. No, I think this kind of fits in with timelines. Because they're going to have to regroup up, and maybe they'll be kind of scattered throughout most of Wano, because they're all in the ocean. They're going to kind of get spread out. We'll see. But, awesome stuff. So, at the same time, in the Flower Capital, we go back, and apparently it wasn't just Law and Sanji together. Bronosuke and Usahachin. But, yeah. So, Usopp, Frankie, Law, and Sanji were all together when the two Dino Squad members showed up, when we had Page 1 and X-Drake show up in dinosaur form. So they're running, and Frankie's, why do we have to run? He's like, why do we have to run away? They're only after Sanji. And he's like, you're the one who beat him up anyways. And one of Usopp Choji's like, well, you beat up one too. And he's like, but they're only pursuing the soba shop owner. And Law's like, it doesn't matter why. If they find out about you guys, there'll be a manhunt for your whole crew. And he's like, that would be horrible. Oh, and Sanji's like, that would be horrible for Nami-san and Robin-chan. Robin-chan would be in danger. So, obviously, if the women are getting affected, Sanji don't want that. And Law just goes, hey, you guys, even if you get caught, he's like, make sure you don't mention the samurai, the minks. He's like, die with your mouth closed. And Usopp's like, scary, Luffy would never say something like that. And Law's like, yeah, I'm more realistic. You see where Luffy is right now? And, Frankie's still pissed. He's like, why do we have to hide our faces? And he's like, So Frankie's like, why don't we just hide our faces and fight? And Law's like, that'd only be an option if we had a 100% chance of winning. It's like, even a single wound hurts our chances at the final battle. He's like, there's no reason to fight right now. And Usopp's like, who do you think you are? Acting as our captain? It's like, if I get caught, I'll spill the beans and save myself. And Sanji gets all pissed in the background. He's like, don't screw with me. He's like, you bastard. He's like, I'll protect you with all I've got in that case. And Usopp's like, yes, it worked. Oh god, I don't have to worry. And Law's just like, stop messing around, god damn it. And Sanji hears, yeah. Sanji instantly, my lady radar is going off. A lady? And so yeah, some woman's getting hurt. We see a huge one of the big houses just get, half the house just gets thrown across over to where they're at. Now they don't know where they're at, it just happens to be some debris flying. And they're like, huh, a house? And Sanji, the sensitive and soft, sincere, womanizing pervert he is, goes, what's going on over there? So he charges off, and you got Page One, who's in his, what is it, Spinosaurus? That was garbage, but the Spinosaurus dinosaur, he's tearing up where the soba shop was and all the people are. And the people are running, they're like, please stop, we've got nothing to do with this. And Page One's got a bunch of noodles hanging from his mouth, and he goes, that's a soba shop. And one of the townspeople is like, it's true that I sell soba, but without our shop, we won't be able to live in the capital anymore. So he's just destroying any soba shop, anything on the street. And Page One just turns and goes, he's like, tell me everything you know about the other soba shops. If you can't, then start shouting out the name of Sangoro. That's the name of the idiot who dare lay a hand on the Kirishiro family. And so the guy just starts screaming. He's like, Sangoro, get out here, god damn it! So all these people, yes, they're being affected by Sanji. For Sanji standing up, this is the real true sadness of what dictatorships are, is there's so much power over the small people that if anyone stands up to it, everyone else takes capital punishment, pretty much. It's punishment by group, so everyone pays for the nice doings or misdeeds of another person. So, they really don't want people to rock the boat because it's already tough enough as it is. And so yeah, the people are kind of pissed at Sanji for doing this. And so Page One's like, although if he was a weakling, he'll never show his face. I think I'll find some fruit next to eat. So he's just pretty much, Page One just going around and eating what he wants to eat. He's just hungry. But trying to find Sanji too. Or Sangoro to him. So Sanji hears all the, Sangoro, show yourselves in the background. Get out here, Sangoro. Take responsibility for your action. All that stuff. So he just charges off. Regi's like, hey, wait, Sanji. And Sanji's gone. He's not hearing him. And so this lady stands in front of Page One, and she's like, please stop. We weren't involved either. And Page One's like, well, if you weren't, then you better tell everyone to start yelling Sangoro, soba shop owner Sangoro. So he's just really trying to bait out Sanji. And so Page One is chowing down on some fruit, and then here comes Sanji. The nice, unnamed move, but he spins like any of his cooking specials in the air. I'm trying to think of what that one is, where he drops down with the leg. Looks like one of his name moves, but he's not using a name for it, which sucks for all of you on the Reddit who bet on that. But no, Sanji does this front flip and drops a big right kick, or no, left kick on, no, a right kick right on Page One. He goes, I'm right here. Page One slams on the ground, just spitting fruit out all over the place. And, all the people are just like, oh, shit. And they're like, well, that's him. The specialty soba shop owner, Sangoro. They're all like, he actually showed his face. And, Page One's kind of, getting up, fruit dripping out of his, mouth. Like, so you came. That didn't take you long. He's like, this is Page One reporting. It's like, the target is on 6th Street in the 2nd District. And who I'd imagine is X-Drake or someone who works with him and kind of relays this information. Is like, Roger, we will head to your location immediately. Maybe it's just some Kirishiro men, whatever. But Sanji's like, oh, dinosaur user. And The townspeople are even more pissed, you know, they're like, damn it, you decide to show up now, our livelihoods are ruined. And Sanji just, you know, they're throwing stuff at Sanji, and he takes it. You know, Sanji's a good guy. He feels responsible for this. Oh, shit. You know, Frankie, Law, and Usopp are all in the background in this alleyway, and they're like, what are you doing, Sangoro? They're like, ignore them. If Drake or Hawkins comes here, we're done for. And, Sanji just straight stares. He's like, coincidentally, it seems this guy doesn't know my face. And, Sanji just goes on to say, he's like, you know, I won't expose myself to injury, or expose myself or get injured. He's like, now quickly take care of this idiot, and although it'd be nice for us to recruit more forces, taking out one of theirs works as well. He's like, go on ahead without me. So Sanji's stepping up. Is this the year of Sanji that Oda's been talking about for 2 years? Because he got like a year and a half, but nah, I was stoked. It's cool. He needs to show off somewhat. I don't know if he's just going to beat Page 1 outright. Maybe he will. But he needs to get something, because people have been kind of pissed about his character in general. And I'm not saying Oda has to pander to the people. But as a fellow fan of characters in One Piece, and Sanji in particular, he's not my number one. He's not even top 5. But I like Sanji. I definitely do. I think he's a cool character. I think he has a lot to bring to the table as a member of the crew. Very insightful, and he helps kind of guide the crew in terms of handling some of these tense situations, like Law does right now. But Sanji has his pride in his moments too, and it's nice to see him get up and fight. And some of these fights are really good, like his fight in like the Water 7 arc and the Enies Lobby arc. We saw Sanji really step up in his fight against Jabra, and it was really cool. Like, he came on suave, he saved the day, and after his big screw up with Khalifa, where he couldn't fight her, and he just kind of looked like a little bitch. But yeah, no, I have high hopes for this, but it doesn't end off here, because here, let's put the icing on the cake. Things that really freaked everyone out, because 100% I was like, what the hell? When I first read the spoilers, I was like, that is crazy. Is Oda really doing this? But again, I think this is following that hype trend, I swear, that he's talking about trying to end One Piece within a little over 100 volumes, which I think a little over is going to be like 120 volumes, which seems more feasible. That's like 300 chapters. I listened to King talk about it, King of Lightning, and I think he's on to something. I think it's going to be around 120. That makes sense to me. That seems about on par. I saw a guy who's pretty close. He's in the Library of Ohara, and he's also, I think, out based in Japan. But he seemed like he felt that's kind of how it was going to go, knowing how the editors have spoken about One Piece over the years and all this stuff. Thinking 120. So I think we're going to end right around the right amount of chapters. I don't want to see 2,000 One Piece chapters, but I'd like to see about 1,400, somewhere around there, 1,300. I would not complain. That feels like enough time to fit in the arcs and cover all the bases before this really ends, and that would feel nice. I don't want to see it end in 100 chapters. Now, that would be disappointing. Wano should be at least 80 chapters. I mean, we're only at like 20, and it should be at least 80. And anything after that, you fit it how you want, Oda. But, I mean, there's just a lot that's going to go on here, especially with what you're building up with Big Mom and everyone. But yes, Sanji pulls out the raid suit. He's tossing it in his hand, and everyone was like, didn't you just say you weren't going to wear that? That you don't like science? That you don't want to wear your family's pride? But I like the idea. So Sanji kind of says, you know, while he's tossing the raid suit, because everyone freaked out. They're like, he's already going to wear it to fight. Does he really need that much of a power boost? He didn't even prove himself while he was in Whole Cake to, like, kind of rank up like Zoro has. I don't think Zoro's been, like, ranking up, but, like, he hasn't been shown a truly difficult fight, and I don't think Sanji really has. Most of the fights, he wasn't really willing in the situation. Like his fight against his dad, which was a cool fight. There was some cool stuff, but fighting Judge, he really wasn't going all out. And even if he was going all out, Judge definitely is owed the respect to be a little on the upper scale. Judge top 5. No, I don't think Judge top 5, but Judge is badass. I'll give him that. But, you know, I think Sanji, if he'd, like, taken out Oven that in a fight, would have been cool. That would have definitely peaked it, but Oven honestly is commander material in my opinion too. Some of the stuff Oven did during that arc. Oh god, Oven. Buddy. But no, Sanji says while he's tossing his right suit, it's like, it'll be fine as long as my true identity isn't revealed, right? And so that's kind of what I think is gonna go. I think Oda was baiting. He was baiting all over the place that people would think like, God, he already needs to use it. This is gonna be crazy. He's gonna be using all the cool tech powers that he gets from that. But really, I heard some people talk about it like it's gonna be like the Saiyaman in feudalistic Japan, Wano, and all the people are like, what the hell is that? Because they've never seen technology like that or anything like that. It'll be like some folk tale that gets built up and it's applied to their culture by the time the Straw Hats are finished. And I do see Sanji at this point now, seeing him, he's going to wear the suit. He's definitely going to use the powers at some point, but I don't think in this fight. I think page 1, he's just going to use it to disguise himself, and warm people up to the idea. And then we'll see if he uses it to actually fight. But yeah, no, it was a crazy chapter. Goddamn, Oda. Goddamn. You know what? I'll let you take a break next week, even though I had to wait 3 weeks for this. Goddamn, Oda. You getting me, man? That was good stuff. Really good stuff. So, anyways, you guys have a good evening. I'm gonna upload this probably once I get back. I gotta go out with some friends and stuff like that. I have a buddy who's going to Paris pretty soon, so you guys have a good night. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed.